So in this video, I'm just gonna be showing you how to sub on a mug and make a quick and easy Father's Day gift. Father's Day is right around the corner. This is hilarious. If your spouse is anything like mine, they would love this and think it's so funny. So if you wanna see how to do it, just keep watching. If you're new to my channel, my name is Leslie. My channel is all about crafting on a budget. I do sublimation and sewing videos. If any of those things interest you, please consider subscribing, joining my YouTube family, and let's get started with this funny mug. I started off by bringing the photo into Silhouette Studio, and I used a tracing tool to trace out the shape of the object. I then pressed the divide tool. I then pressed the release button to then be able to make all the elements different layers, and I deleted the layers I didn't want, and then I exported it as a SVG and imported it into Affinity Designer. I then just used some SVGs I had for unicorns, and I put that into there, and some bowls that I had, and I just started designing the little faces. I typed out the letters as it was on the design, pretty much copied the design, but just used the typefaces that I already had in my system. Went back into Silhouette Studio and traced the mouth, and I did the exact same process and converted that into SVG and then uploaded it into Affinity Designer. If you double click on an SVG layer in Affinity Designer, it will then allow you to kind of change it up and allow that to be applied onto each copy of it. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just fixing the mouth, and it applied it to both, not just the one that I had double clicked on. Then I typed out the names of the kids, and I just changed the color, and then aligned it so that everything is perfectly aligned center-wise. And then I created the back, and I pretty much just wrote out what I saw in some other mugs, and I thought it was really funny. So once I am done with that, I then moved to my designs to a template that I have for 15-ounce mugs, and I just sized it to fit, and then I duplicated it because I like to do 2 on 1 page. I just find that if I mess up, I have a backup and I'm not wasting sublimation paper. And then I exported that as a JPEG and printed it on my Sawgrass. So all you're gonna need to sublimate your mug is you're gonna need your mug. This is a 15-ounce mug from Heat Press Nation. You need your design, a paper trimmer or scissors, some butcher paper, and some heat tape, and of course your heat press, and some heat gloves as well. So we're gonna start off by trimming our design. I like to do my design with 2 on the same sheet, and then I have a little indicator here that tells me where to cut it. I'm going to get my design, and I'm gonna line up this bar on my paper trimmer with that line, and then I'm just gonna take my blade and slice that. And then I also have a little extra line right here that I'm gonna do the exact same thing with to trim it down. And then I'm gonna slice that portion as well, and now I have a paper that fits my mug perfectly. I'm just gonna wipe my mug with my hands. I know some people like to use alcohol, rubbing alcohol. It's totally up to you. But your mugs tend to come in a plastic bag that's gonna help keep kind of the dust away. So now you can grab your design and place it like that, and it should pretty much go handle to handle. You see that? Handle to handle. So this is the part that I'm kind of takes me a while because I'm a little OCD about it. But you can see through your paper, so you should be able to see where your design is. And then you're just going to line it up. I'm just lining up my paper with the top of my mug. And then I'm going to tape this down right here on the edge. Just like that. And some people like to tape it even more. I'm not one of those people, but if you want to, you can. So I'm just gonna put a tape up here and a tape down here. You can tape it more. I honestly don't feel like it needs more because I'm just using a mug press. And you really just need a small piece of butcher paper. I technically don't need it because InnoCell paper doesn't bleed through. But I find it helpful sometimes to just tape the butcher paper down as well. So I'm just gonna take some heat tape so that as I'm rotating it in my mug press, if I need to rotate it, the butcher paper doesn't move and it's just ready to go. So now we're just gonna move to our heat press to press this. I have my mug press. Just on a little wire rack. That's where I use it. I don't wanna keep taking it on and off to use it, and here it's fine. So I have like cardboard underneath it just to hold it because it's a wire rack, so the feet will slide in there. I'm just gonna turn it on and let it heat up. And I have mine set at 385 degrees for 190 seconds. It beeps when it's ready. And then I'm just gonna take my mug with my butcher paper and I'm gonna slide it in. And then I'm gonna take my handle and I'm gonna press down. You can actually adjust your pressure. You want a little bit of resistance, but not too much because you don't want to crack that mug. So I'm again doing 385 degrees for 190 seconds. So you're gonna open up your lever and then you can take your heat gloves, take it by the handle and let it cool down. Now we're gonna take our mug and we're just gonna take off that tape now that it's cooled down. And then you're gonna start lifting up your paper.